We are continuing our journey to the TVFCU Idea Leap Grant giveaway that'll be taking place later this spring in the month of May, where they're giving away a lot of money to area businesses in the North Ocoee region, Northwest Georgia, and as well as right here in Chattanooga. So we're having a chance to be a part of the Ocoee-Bradley County part of it, as well as North Georgia. So this morning we're heading up to Cleveland to meet a husband and wife duo who are making beautiful pieces out of copper. We are being wowed this morning. That's the only word I know to really tell you. This is Andrew and Jalique Frazier. They have Frazier's Fabrication. They're coppersmiths up in Cleveland. So thanks for welcoming us into your workshop this morning.
Thank you.
And congratulations. You're on this journey to the Idea Leap Grant. Were you excited to see your names come through as semi-finalists?
Oh, yes. We were actually really surprised. We're like, wow. Oh, man.
You know, you are, I think, kind of like an old world art looking ahead to the future. You were sharing with me a little bit, Andrew, that you sort of fell into coppersmithing because you got laid off from a job and you got hired on as an apprentice, and next thing you know, here you are. Is that right?
13 years ago. I saw an ad in the paper that said coppersmith apprentice wanted. No experience is considered a plus. And I thought it sounded like fun. It paid better, was closer to my house, more hours per week, and I fell in love.
It was meant to be.
It was meant to be.
So you spent quite a number of years, I think about 10, doing a lot of things on kind of the architectural side. And then you opened your own business. So all this beautiful artwork that we see around you, you're traveling the Southeast, going to art shows, but you're kind of wanting, Jalique, to get back in to the architectural side of it as well. Is that right?
Yes, I think that as far as the art that we create, we love it, and the things that the copper we're able to put together is really nice. However, we would love to expand our business by teaching other people how to do coppersmithing and stuff like that, and making architectural design pieces like awnings and bena hoods and things like that for more of a better for the community.
Well, yes, because you're keeping that art alive and giving people an opportunity to love it, as you both clearly love it. I want to talk about what we've experienced a little bit in watching you at work this morning, because you can see, Andrew, that you kind of get into a headspace when you're doing this work. But how do you create it? How do you create the patina that we're seeing here on these?
So, like, these blue patinas are done with a chamber with ammonia, and the ammonia vapors will start to oxidize the copper, and then it can sprinkle salt and other things on there and simulate 20 years worth of different weather in the span of about a week.
Really? And then this one here that's behind Jalique, how do you do that?
Yeah, we do these with heat, depending on how hot it gets, how I'm pointing the torch, the fuel oxygen ratio, things like that. It makes the different shapes and colors that are on there.
Okay, so I know I'm talking the consumer side for a minute, not the architectural side, but when somebody comes to one of your art shows and they see your pieces, is your kind of mood at the moment reflected in the piece that they buy? Because each piece is going to look entirely unique and different, right? Depending on how you bring things out in the copper.
I'll turn this over to you, and she's way better at sales than me.
Is that right, though?
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much why we do this together, is literally sometimes have the dreams about how certain pieces come together, like this piece was, Dream River for that reason. And then, but also just how long it takes us to make an art piece, or what kind of ideas or struggles we had to go through. I'm able to at least tell the customers or the art consumers, why they are the way they are, or how unique they can be used, because many of our pieces can be hung in multiple directions. And so I always like to tell people, like, we may have created it in this idea, in this orientation, but we also give you the opportunity to hang your art however you see it.
So, okay, here's I love a backstory when we do these interviews. So we know yours. You were a travel nurse, and you met Andrew in Memphis, and it was kismet, and now here you are, 2 children later with this wonderful business. But to see your enthusiasm for it, I really love, Jalique, because that speaks to people watching today.
Listen, I worked for 12 years as a nurse, an emergency nurse, and I loved it and stuff, but I really enjoy being able to call myself now a coppersmith. I think that is a wild idea that I never imagined for my life and my kids and things like that, but I really enjoy learning how copper works. And I always tell people copper is a very organic metal, and it tells a story. It takes us all on a journey. It starts in one direction and then can go into many different directions, and then turn around, and we are making a business out of it and decorating our home and other people's homes with it, and enjoying how much copper does.
So let's talk then about the credit union and the Idea Leap Grant. If you should win, what do you plan to do with the money? Because you're kind of thinking big.
Yeah, so we want to get a metal spinner and maybe a few other pieces of equipment that would help us to make a wider variety of things a little more economically, so that we can bring on apprentices, train more people in the age-old art of coppersmithing, and really push this forward into the future.
Okay, to kind of dumb it down, because right now without that piece of equipment, everything you're doing isn't being made by hand.
Yes.
So when we were watching you do the hammering, you're doing that and all of the soldering and all of it by hand.
Yeah, so we do everything by hand. Like if you see like this piece right here, every divot is a hammer strike.
Wow, that's got to take you quite a bit of time.
It does, and at the same time, it's our love and passion. But there's other pieces that we can make, that we can train other people to make, that wouldn't necessarily be as artistically focused.
So does it work if because a lot of people maybe have an old house and there's some copper around, or they may have some pieces of copper. Can they ever bring it to you and you can rework it into something?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, with the proper planning?
No, I mean some of our pieces are from those ideas. Like I think we have the wine bag over there. It actually was from somebody in the community that sold a scrap piece of copper that was in their basement for 20 years, and they said, "Can you use it?" We said, "Yes, we absolutely can."
Now, something else I have learned about Jaliek, and you can read this for yourself if you go on their website, there is no such thing as an unwanted piece of copper in her world.
There isn't.
So you've kept her happy, Andrew, because y'all now make beautiful jewelry as well with the copper pieces that are left over.
Yes, I found in the scrap buckets or the remnants, I always find little pieces, and then I reimagine them into jewelry so that we don't waste any of the copper. And the jewelry line I call Everyday Safari, because the copper started. Safari means journey in Swahili, and everyday, just a journey that one can take. And the copper will start in one place, like maybe an art piece, and then gets cut down, and then we have more pieces that we can continue to reform into jewelry, and then turn around and it will patina over time.
In terms of the architectural side of things, if somebody's wanting, a vent hood or the fireplace pieces or something like that, where it's almost like a dream idea for your home, not many people would think of investing into something that's special for them. So I'm sure it's a bit of a conversation they would have with you. Should they call you? Do they go on your website and email you? What's the preferred way?
Yeah, they can give us a call or go on our website and send us an email, and we'll start the conversation and see if there's something we can work out with
You
them.
must feel a little bit like a dream maker for people. I mean, it's not every day you get to come and see beautiful handmade copper pieces like this, much less have a chance to hang some of it in your home.
Yeah, we love it. We hang up, especially our dream pieces, and we really enjoy calling it our foster art wall, actually. So like we put it on our wall and we just love looking at it.
Oh, because you're going to sell it to somebody
Then
else.
it's going to find its forever home somewhere.
It begins with love right here, and then it goes to have love someplace else. Well, thank you so much for letting us come in, and good luck
Thank
Thanks.
with the Idea Leap Grant. And how happy for you that you got to follow a dream that you didn't even know you had.
Yeah.
And now here you are, and COVID brought you a good thing.
Hey.
That's how they met.
Yeah.
Here's where you will find them. It's Frazier's Fabrication in Cleveland. Their website, phone number, there on your screen. Come find the piece that speaks to you. If you have a banking need, whether it's for a small business idea of your own, a mortgage or car loan, even a savings account for a new baby, TVFCU would love to help you. Online or in person, they're there to help. Learn more at tvfcu.com.